Hi there, and thanks for watching. This morning I'm going to be working on this little section here. There's not actually much of this work to go, hopefully just another 2 or 3 days just along the bottom here, and finish off this last little bit in the background. So we're going to start working on that and working my way down. So before I get started, I'll just run you around my board real quick. I work top to bottom. My work's quite fine, and just in case I don't know, drip some paint or drop a brush, I always work above the top, and this is just blocked in. And so if I make any errors, it doesn't ruin any of my hard work. So I've got my canvas here. My canvas is on my easel. Got this swing arm with the movable tablet holder. I've got my reference here, and this is my floating table where you can adjust the height. So on my floating table I've got two pots. I have a pot for the main rinse, and then a pot for a second rinse, which keeps the brushes nice and cleaner. I have a piece of paper here to clean the brush off on, but also to dry the brush a bit. I use quite a dry brush with not much paint on it for the softer parts. This is my palette with a little cover, and today I've got most of the tones except for the darker ones, really, except for the darker two. Brightest to mid-tones and round to the dark, and I probably won't even use this one here, but it's there just in case I need it. I've got this splashback cover. This is obviously an area that I've worked on, and where my background now is not so black. If I make any, if as I'm mixing water and whatever and little splashes come up, I can't just touch it up with the black. This layer is built up over, the background is built up over a few layers, and so it isn't that easy to touch up. So I just pop this little splashback on there, which, doesn't get super messy, but it definitely saves me a little bit of work. And then I've got this little sheet of MDF in here with these screws in, and basically these help keep my brushes in place. I've got 2 runs, and today I'm separating the brush types by old brushes and new brushes. So today I'm working with 2 old brushes, which are quite small. I have a 5-0 and a 10-0, which are a bit frayed. They'll be used on the first layer to create the under blurry section. And then I've got a new 3-0, which is bigger than those 2, but because it's new, it's sharper. And then I've got 2 mini liners. I've got a 20-0 and a 10-0. Generally, I use the 10-0 for the main strand, and then the 20-0 for the really fine wisps. All right, so this section is done, and I'm going to start working on this section next. This is where I'll really focus on reducing the tone. Come down here, so we'll show more of the underneath tones. There'll be a bit more blur, a bit less of this bright layer over the top. But to finish this section, I'm just going to do this. So I guess I'll speed through the process, because this is probably a long enough video. And we are going to start by, so just in the background there's a couple of softer bits coming up here, so I'm using that 5-0 old brush and a dark mid-tone. Just to piece in a couple of those. And they're going to sit underneath the detail. This is tone 5, but a really watery tone 5. So probably the whole thing is going to be tone 5 with then some tone 4 over the top. And we'll see how that goes. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoy this video, please subscribe.